Hello guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video. So today we have our hands on to Nothing OS 3.0 which is based on Android 15. In this video we'll talk about every change, what Nothing have done with Nothing OS 3.0 and you guys let us know whether you like the changes or not. So now without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here on the table we have two phones. Towards the left hand side this is Nothing Phone 2A Plus and towards the right hand side this is Nothing Phone 2A. I've kept 2A Plus to compare the changes. And Nothing Phone 2A is one of my friend's phone who's got this update. So first of all, let's talk about the software information. Going to About section, here you can see Nothing OS 3.0.0 and it's based on Android 15. If I tap on Android version, here you can see Android version is Android 15 which comes with 5th September 2024 security patch, and this build also has the Android 15 Easter egg. Build number says 1840, and guys, this is the closed beta testing update, so I cannot talk about the installation process and the files. Now before moving ahead, if you guys like a content and if you think it's useful for you guys, then make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribing to our channel. So talking about the first change, and that's related to the boot animation. So you guys can take a look at the new boot animation which is on Nothing Phone 2A. Towards the left hand side we have Nothing Phone 2A Plus. You can compare and let us know according to you guys which boot animation looks better. I personally felt the previous boot animation was quite good, where we used to see Nothing OS text. On Android 15 we don't see any text, and guys, as it's in beta stage, we might see more changes in the upcoming updates. So the first change is related to boot animation on Nothing OS 3.0. Now talking about the lock screen changes, because many of you guys were expecting lock screen customization. So here you can take a look side by side. There's nothing much changed other than these fonts. You can see the clock font is now huge and thin compared to the previous. Also the dotted fonts have been removed from the entire UI. Few places you might get to see these dotted fonts, but not in the entire UI. And I personally like the new fonts what they have added. Also if you see, the day and date have been moved towards the top side, which is above the clock. Previously it was towards the bottom side. But sadly with this first build, we don't get to see any kind of lock screen customization. Though when you long press on the lock screen, you do get an option to customize the lock screen. But if you tap on it, it takes you to the customization section. They still haven't added the new clock styles and other stuff, which they did mention when they announced about Nothing OS 3.0. But slowly with the upcoming builds, we might get to see more clock styles for the lock screen and the lock screen customization options. Also, you can take a look at the changes in the always on display, which is kind of similar what we saw on the lock screen. And if you also see the AOD transition, it's exactly same. By the way guys, let me tell you, still they haven't added the new animation what was mentioned by Carl in past. Those things will also come with the later update. And the next change is in the keypad of lock screen. So here you can see a clear difference. Now we don't have these circles around the numbers. We have just the numbers, and the numbers are not in dotted format. Also, if you tap on any of the number, you can see the material you in action. According to the wallpaper, you get to see the color. When it comes to media player, that remains exactly same on the lock screen. There are no noticeable changes in the media player compared to Android 14. Another change what you'll see, and that's related to the fingerprint animation. Though now the fingerprint animation looks a lot better compared to previous one, but there are no options to make changes in the animations. It's only one animation what Nothing have provided on Nothing OS 3.0. You guys let me know whether you like the change what they have done with the fingerprint animation. Talking about the home screen changes, so here I personally did not notice any kind of changes. Everything remains same. For example, if you long press on the application, the pop-up view is exactly same, and the same thing goes whenever you long press on the widget. Now moving on to the customization options, here also I did not notice any kind of new change. Under colors, we have similar color palettes for the wallpaper color, and the basic color options are also exactly same. And the similar stuff under wallpaper gallery, where you have the wallpaper studio, similar wallpapers and similar color wallpapers along with the number of counts. Icon packs remain same. We have default, nothing and color icon pack. Under the home screen layout, we have similar upgrade options 4 and 5, and other two options are also exactly same. Next major change is in the quick setting tiles. So here you can see with a single swipe, we have limited access to quick setting tiles. Previously with default settings, we had access of 6 quick setting tiles, but now only 4 quick setting tiles. And also if you see in the status bar, they have done slight changes. Now clock have been moved adjacent to the date, previously which was above the date and day. And also one thing which I personally liked, and that's the white background in the quick setting panel. Before, even when we used to use the normal mode, still there was black background in the notification panel, or you can say the quick setting tiles. But now the entire quick setting panel have white background. And talking about the dark theme, soon you enable the dark theme, the entire notification and quick setting tiles adapts to the dark theme. And personally I did notice slight change here. Now Nothing OS 3.0, the dark theme is pitch dark instead of that grayish background which we used to see here on Nothing OS 2.6. We also have the option to customize the quick setting tiles. Previously this is how it used to look. Now you can see a huge revamp in the quick setting tiles. They have also given an option to resize the quick setting tile, but here that drag gesture doesn't work. You just have to tap on this icon towards the bottom side, and accordingly you can resize the quick setting tiles depending on your requirement on how you want to adjust the quick setting tiles. And this resize option gives a vibe of iOS, because iOS also introduced this option of resizing the quick setting tiles, and the similar thing can be done here on Nothing OS 3.0, and you can resize any of the quick setting tiles depending on your requirement. Also, another nice change what they have done, that's layer to brightness slider. Now brightness slider have moved towards the bottom side like other OEMs, and they have also got the much awaited auto brightness toggle. So if you tap on this icon, you can enable or disable the auto brightness directly from the quick setting tiles, which wasn't possible on Nothing OS 2.6. But sadly they haven't added these options, like whenever you slide the brightness slider you feel the haptic feedback. That is still not been added. Not only with brightness slider, along with the volume slider we don't get to see any kind of haptic feedback while moving around the sliders. And also the brightness slider thickness have been increased, which is a lot better compared to this very thin line of brightness slider. And if you want to reset the quick setting tiles, here we have an icon towards the bottom side. Previously we had the text of reset towards the top side. I don't see any kind of change in the back gesture icon. That's also exactly same what we have seen on Nothing OS 2.6. Volume sliders also remain same. You can see the normal view and the expanded view. Now moving on to the app drawer. So here also you won't see any kind of changes. Tapping on these three dots, we have similar pop-up. But one Android feature what they have added, and that's the app archive feature. So here you can see, if you go to the app info, there's a new icon called archive. Basically this feature lets you archive an app to free up the space without clearing the data. This is how the icon will appear once you archive the application. And if you go to the app drawer also, here you can see a change in the app icon. And just by tapping on the application, it will again download the application. Another major change what you'll notice, and that's in this settings page. So here you can take a look before and after. I never liked the setting page on Android 14, but now it's so well organized here. You can easily differentiate between all the settings. For connections, we have a different section. For customization, we have a different section. And for other things, we have different sections. Everything is so well organized, and a huge thumbs up to Nothing for this. Another thing which I forgot to mention, the predictive gesture works so well on Nothing OS 3.0. Things like experimental features, gesture, RAM booster, pop-up view, game mode have been moved under the special feature section. There's another new add-on of Android 15 which can be found in the system. If you scroll down here, you can see a new option called device diagnose. Under this there are two things. One is component health, where you can run some manual test layer to display, touch, and there are two options of component status. One is layer to battery status, so this will show you the battery health, like the condition, it's in good condition. After that you have the battery cycle count, like how many times you have charged the device. Later on we have the storage status, and this shows the remaining lifetime of the storage along with the capacity. After that there's this new option called evaluation mode. You can use one device to access another device and can diagnose the device. So basically the evaluation mode lets you check another device by generating a QR code. After the test is complete, you get a summary that shows if any issues are detected or not. Currently I think it's broken, but with upcoming builds we might get to see this fully functional. And that time, once it works properly, I'll show you guys how this mode works. Gaming mode did not got any kind of changes, it remains exactly same. Other than these changes, I did not notice anything new on Nothing OS 3.0. And as said initially, it's a first build, so we might get to see more features with the upcoming builds. But still, if I find anything new, I'll keep you guys posted, and things like camera and performance, I'll cover in a different video. So guys, this was all about Nothing OS 3.0. If you guys have any kind of questions, let me know in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.